I don't get it. I'm seriously confused. I really think my girl crush is no more. Kaput. Finished. No, it wasn't a girl crush. It was just like, thumbs up, girl. Yeah, let's be friends. I wish. I agree with you. As a conservative Roman Catholic mama, I'm rooting you on. But now I'm just left to think, what? Huh? I don't get it. She even named it, These People Are Sick. Yes, I've watched it, but I've been asked to react to it. And yes, I have mom brain, so I can't really recall anything except the fact that she mentions in the end, after all of this, she officially claims that she's left. Because wasn't she like center left? And isn't Republican the new left? Like, left is actually like lunatic radicals, and then you can be far right. Like, I think because everyone from the left that was normal moved to the right, i.e. Joe Rogan. Anyways, normal people moved to the right, and I think that shifts me far right because I still believe in like Catholic values, opposed to Joe Rogan, who does not. I've seen something about him believing that there may be a God, but yeah, I think that moves me to far right. But yeah, all the normal people shifted over to Republican, right? And then all the radical lunatics stayed left. But then she claims herself left after naming this thing, These People Are Sick. We'll watch it together. But like, yeah, I guess I'll ask my questions in the end. I gotta watch it again peacefully. So let me put my headset on. BRB. Alright, I may have to pause this at some point because my cat, like now, is gonna interfere. Oh my god. Oh gosh, she just wants her 2 cents. She's just as confused. Yeah, I had to scoot her. She was giving us her 2 cents and nobody asked her for it. Just kidding. Bad mom jokes. I'm full of those. Okay, let's do this thing.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University.
Oh yeah, I think her video is more quiet than usual. I did a little sound check before I started, and yeah, she sounds quiet, so it's not me, it's her.
And out of nowhere, he was dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife and his 2 children. And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as...
She's so serious. Like, this is not her usual self. And you can see in her eyes that she's been crying, like all of us. And, like, I really thought she came on here to... Sorry, I just heard a dog barking. Distraction much. But, yeah. I feel like she came on here because she was, like, status updating like crazy. And I really thought she was going to come on here and be like, I'm moving over to the right. Like, I was center, but I'm moving to the right. Because look at her right now.
Our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, When it comes to the issue of murder, I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it, with run-on sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I
She's so monotone. 4 days later, you have a clear head? No.
still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened.
So how do you have a clear head if you still feel the same?
Aftermath. And then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk
So why do you join the radicals?
about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like the average—
Well, now we're finding out Charlie had a lot more power than any of us thought. I went down the Nick Fuentes rabbit hole. I'm also standing by the Candace episodes where she's releasing a little information at a time. And did you guys hear that? And yeah, it seems like Charlie was pretty damn powerful.
Average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a f***ing guy. He was a f***ing podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had
To us, yes.
conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is this.
And what's crazy is if, let's say, she believes the narrative of this trans boy or trans, I don't know, the boyfriend, he shot, unalived, Charlie. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense that she would go to the side of people who, yeah.
Same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar
I am that conservative boomer uncle.
with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example, the two most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots. But guess what? Both those things, the two most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context, but idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation.
So, Stephen King being left, idiot. Do you hear the words you're saying, Shu?
About a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this, I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares?
Just like Jimmy Kimmel, I believe he got canceled for what I thought was spreading obvious misinformation, but maybe he was onto something, if you think about it. I know those were not his intentions when he was spewing all this defamation and misinformation, but because I strongly believe it was not this kid. I have friends who hunt. Anyways, in my past Charlie Kirk dedicated videos that have given me so much hate, you're monsters out there. These people are sick. But anyway, yeah, maybe he's onto something, that it's their own people. But that's not what he meant. I think. But I hope that that's what he meant. Oh, you know what? I'm confusing myself because it's just all a pile of horse poo. But I know for sure it's an inside job from the right. 1 second. Never mind. That quote is gone. Can't find it. And I actually forgot what I was talking about. Let's continue.
It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most...
Right. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's show should have been deleted. Shouldn't have been canceled. Because, yeah, as evil as it was, what he was saying, and, like, it wasn't opinions. It was, like, deliberate brainwashing, you know, just like they've been taking Charlie Kirks debates and just taking little snippets and kind of taking it way out of context. I believe both left and right should have freedom of speech. And now, knowing what we know, that it is the right side's inside job, I believe both sides are controlled by the same, I'm not going to say it, but, you know, sipping that juice. I do believe it's right, inside job, a bunch of betrayal going on there. I believe both sides should have their freedom, as much as I don't want to hear it. And anyways, people are going to think what they want to think anyways. Like, there's no medication in the world to help the libtards come over to central or the right side. So, I don't know. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should have been canceled. Because now, you know that America's freedom is given to those who drink Jews. Anyways, let's continue.
Part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just one wrong guy, but two wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too f***ing busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this f***ass demon, Tyler Robinson.
I think me and my husband, like, there's people here accusing me I'm like a bandwagon political person. No, like, I've only recently started talking openly to the world on YouTube on my views and my opinions, but since I've met my husband, he's so into politics. He's so invested in it. And we talk a lot about it and debate and whatever. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Pause. I actually forgot what I was gonna say. No, it's gone. I don't know. Watch, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna pop back in my mind.
22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
"Notices bulges, capital OWO, what's this question mark?"
I fucking hate it here. A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of the streamer Nick Fuentes, and I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest. I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav squat meme from 2012, and they also found a separate meme of Pepe the Frog dressed like the Slav squat meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like, groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and
there she goes, talking about the liberal boomers.
Therefore, the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording.
I love my Republican parents.
This, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a Groyper.
My Republican parents are the nicest people on the planet, so...
At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your opinions. It ultimately doesn't matter. One person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk just got shot in the...
Well, she's Ginge, so...
the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do.
What's up with the Dumb and Dumber haircut?
I would say pour one out
Bowl
for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
Rest in peace, bozo!
No one should talk like that. If you're a female, don't talk like that.
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck
She has crazy eyes.
they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot.
Why? Why? Why would you ever do this?
Charlie Kirk? Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no.
It looks like something to hang your towel on or something. Like a rod.
Oh, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the...
Just when I thought it couldn't get worse, it just, every video got worse.
I heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad.
Okay, Shu, you did not need to include that.
And I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said, and I didn't like his opinions, and I don't really give a shit.
This is what happens when you give women rights. The country goes down because of their emotional mess.
That he's dead.
The best part of this whole goddamn thing is that he is not martyr material, so his death will mean...
I don't know who she thinks she is. The best thing about this is your opinion doesn't matter. Who are you? Who are you to even be in this position to say that, except for the priests and the whole Catholic Christian system? You reek the devil.
Nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few.
She hasn't gone to church in decades, if ever in her lifetime. Her parents failed her.
It's just great.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
You know what's so crazy to me? My ex's friend, he was like the big stoner of my town. He was my age. He stole from people. He was just such a crummy, low-life schmuck who had no future. He was walking home one night from one town to the other using like side roads, because he couldn't drive because he was such a bleep up in life. And someone hit and ran from behind. So he died on the road. Instantly, you forgot all the wrong that he did. You forget, you let go, you forgive, and you let that person rest in peace. Like, once he went, like, everyone hated this guy. But when we all found out the news that he's gone, we were like, holy, and all was forgotten. And you just like, and my ex wasn't even religious. Like, this was a guy that was from a public school that you like pray for their soul, and you start only like romanticizing the life that they had and how it impacted you. Like, when did it turn to this, where bad things happen to bad people? Like, I don't think I've ever was like, yes, to anyone who is actually evil. I was just like, oh, whoa, that happened. I don't know. Is it just me? I think in my teachings, like by the Catholic Bible, you just let it go. Like, you literally let the person rest in peace. Just me? Just Catholics? I don't know.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys...
You know what's so fudged is how lost of a cause this black person is. Is it a girl, guy? I don't know. Like, how much the liberals, she has, or he has no idea how the liberals actually own her soul. Whereas if she was on the Republican side, like, all Republicans want is to help the black community get ahead, to be equal with the white community. We're portrayed as someone who wants the opposite. But no, the liberals want you to think like, oh, I'm black. Like, poor me. No, we want you to move on and progress and get stronger and above us. Like, there are black conservatives, Republicans that are top of the food chain. And this one is sadly stuck in a box because of the lies that liberals feed her, and she's eating it up and then spewing this. I remember what she said.
Are getting rid of more people. Like,
she.
Don't stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too, because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
Me and my husband have very opposite characters. Like, I think about situations very differently from him. So
there were thousands of videos like that.
And then you claim you're part of these people? Like, she really let it play, all these videos.
These people posting with their full names and faces.
I hope they got fired.
And thousands of likes. Thousands of tweets celebrating it with 500,000 likes. And it's important to remember that all of those likes are a real person. Millions of people in this country apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children the gory, horrifying video of Charlie's murder on repeat. The hippy-dippy "in this house we believe" shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath was nothing but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember Heather Heyer in 2017. But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock the few dozen people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death. This is different. It's never been like this before. It's never been this much. It's never been this brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can post their more unorthodox opinions. And these people are out here, full face, full name, like hell yeah.
Is that you? Because you don't want to lose followers, perhaps?
A murder. What? The smug, unearned confidence these people have to be openly sociopathic with their full name and face because they live under the pathetic delusion of being on the right side of history needs to end. They will blame you for your death.
If you are someone who's saying, oh, it's both sides at fault, you're not on the innocent side. What innocent person is going to step back and be like, you know, it actually could be coming from both sides? No, you're on the guilty side of things.
Because words are violence. Words are violence, so them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out, because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What is going on, ladies? Basically, the whole country is shook because last year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch a Nazi thing from, like, 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope. That's why we were against it. And they always say this dumb shit, like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to stop being called a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah, that's great, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi.
Do you guys know what a fascist is? I'm lost at this point because people are using it left, right, and center, but there is only one meaning, and so far, I don't think it's been used correctly.
See, for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience, like, Shoo, you're...
Let me pause this. ChatGPT says, a fascist is a person who supports or believes in, this is weird, why would you use the noun, adjective, the word in the definition, but okay, fascism. So fascism, a right, far right, authoritarian political ideology characterized by dictatorship, extreme nationalism, suppression of political opposition, control over society and the economy, and often a policy of military aggression and racism. Yeah, it's been totally used and abused by morons.
You're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go.
So why is she giving us this list? Is it so she shares like that she should have been unalived at this point? Because the difference between her and Charlie Kirk is he went into the lion's den. He sat down with these cretins and actually wanted to hear them out.
Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking/criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want. Being pro-free speech. Being liberal. Talking to people I disagree with. Being friends with people I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden.
Is that why she went left?
Party, not being attracted to feminine men. Not hating men in general. Criticizing Canada's MAID program. Not taking the COVID vaccine. Criticizing the FBI.
The MAID program here in Canada is offered for literally a finger cut. Like, they want you to unalive yourself here, left, right, and center. That's my quote. Left, right, and center of the video.
Criticizing the CIA, believing the CIA killed JFK, using an American flag backdrop for my videos, saying elites, saying working class, saying based, making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream, making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube, making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous.
So you're gonna join this side.
Liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cutie.
Because this is nothing I would say as a far-right conservative.
Is praising the movie Sound of Freedom, being against pedophilia, being against the destigmatization of pedophilia,
Now it's beginning to scare me.
Watching porn, being critical of kink at Pride, being against children performing at drag shows, not being racist.
People
swear
do
to
this?
God, being a
Kids
class reductionist, saying
allowed to do
biological
that?
sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my username, owning a pet rabbit, questioning the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing eating the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, you'll remember that one, supporting nuclear energy,
Balenciaga?
parentheses, it's toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting
my dad's a
Palestine,
trucker.
not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi. And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not. And
This is what my family friend looks like. This exact copy paste. The hair. And yeah, we're no longer on speaking terms.
simultaneously asking people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right? But Nazis also get shot.
Did this chick let her cat groom her before she went to her closet to videotape this? Literally looks like she was like laying there letting her cat go to town.
In the neck.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you. Now, I'm going to talk about my personal feelings of the situation because I know a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you have been—
This is the most ducked up part. All of it is ducked up to me, but this takes the cake.
feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter. I've been to the TPUSA Amerifest in 2021. I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So that video never happened. I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no
A bully?
fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that
The egg with the face, that's very bully-like. I did not expect that from her. Like, that is like a liberal move. You know, when you've got nothing else to say, you hit below the bell, kind of take it too personally.
absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what happened, I kept going to every single, like, lefty, liberal, left-wing person I know and like checking out what they have been saying about this. And besides maybe like 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or saying some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control, which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone over political differences. You are never taking our guns now. That is not happening. I felt like I was in the middle of the ocean.
They took our guns away in Canada. People in my hometown, they are being shot in their own homes. They're taking 2x4s every night, horizontally, from top to bottom, nailing it to the wall like it's a bedtime regime. Because they have no way to protect themselves, and our policemen are telling us to cooperate with the thieves, the robbers, the killers. They're telling us to not argue, just let them take what they want. Maybe one guy got arrested for self-defense because he was defending himself in his own home when an intruder intruded his home. So, wake up, America. We don't have guns here. And somehow we have guns here. They're all illegal. Open your eyes.
I was trying to like grasp onto a flotation device, checking all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. Maybe they changed.
You're still blind.
Is everyone going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know. All I know is it is clear how they reacted to this is how they would react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but you know, like, they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those, like, woke SJWs, like, they were...
I know who she's talking about because Charlie Kirk would debate with these people. They would come on to the mic and be like, hey, thanks for creating this platform for us, and they would debate him and listen to him and walk away. Sure, maybe they had a little tic-tac planted in there from Charlie Kirk, but they still stood by what they thought was the right side of history. So, yeah, I get what she's talking about, and I do believe there are liberals like that, but I've yet to meet one.
Cool, we can disagree and still be friends. You know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. But if they would celebrate an exact clone of you that wasn't you, that had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, if they would celebrate that clone being murdered, they're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely...
But I'm liberal.
About this. Seeing them like
but
this,
I'm liberal.
And at the same time, my other friends posting shit like, "Rip Bozo." It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society. Like, that's it. It's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the f*** are you celebrating? You! They think you're a f***ing Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been
not if you're a liberal,
doxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because Frankly, I don't even know.
Union is the most useless thing. I've been in union. I've worked outside. Like, I've worked jobs with no union. Union fucks you over the most. Out of every job I've ever had, working under union was hell. They work for the company, not for the people. Like, my pregnancy was like pulling teeth. It was adding so much more stress to my pregnancy because being pregnant enough wasn't enough for union to protect me from having an unsuccessful pregnancy, because my doctor literally wrote what I couldn't do, my restrictions, and union just didn't want to accept it unless she's talking about something else, but that's the only union I know.
How to do that. This is me and many, many people looking around us at our so-called allies and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling.
That's what
through
I
Twitter,
said.
and you see someone set on fire, if someone gets stabbed on a train. And when someone like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good, I hated that character. Like, no, that was a real human being with a family and kids, actually. Like, that was someone's son. The internet has turned real people into nothing but cartoon characters.
She said it. That's all I keep thinking about. I look at my beautiful boys, and I'm like, someone looked at Charlie Kirk like that. Charlie Kirk was a baby. And it's just so crazy. He lived out 31 years to just have it come to a halt in less than one second. They said the shot that didn't leave his body, or did it? The exit wound. That was the exit wound, yeah. Or it didn't. Yeah, just, it's gone. Like, it's just so sad.
That disappear when you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on
Yeah.
XYZ. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen, no.
Yeah.
And they were right. Almost overnight, you stop being...
Like, my dad was like, you're gonna be religious again one day. I know it. Because, like, I just stopped being convinced that there was a God. I was like, there's no way in heaven it's this crowded when there's this many people. There's no way criminals are being given mercy and whatever. And then you have kids, and yeah, that all changes. Like, I don't know how to explain it. My dad was right.
Being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian
And
fantasies
this just
of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And
emphasized
all you want
that.
is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And then your country, and then the world. You know? But we can't save the world. You can't. But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinion?
They're not listening.
They've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And
Yeah.
posting videos and pictures of Charlie's wife
And that's my family friend for you, who's completely left, lesbian. Her dad left her family when she was, I don't know, 3 years old. So she was a lost cause. Like, it's so crazy because my husband comes from a divorced family. My parents are, I think, happily married for like almost 40 years. And yeah, he came from a divorced family. And he is an amazing human being. I don't know if it's because his grandparents stepped in, but you would think that he was raised, because he's also atheist, that he would be raised with God in the home. Like I was always every day reminded, God, God, God. And yeah, like I think grandpa was a commie as well. Not a good guy, his grandpa. From the other side of the family. The other side is the one that raised him to be, I believe, the incredible man that he is today. And that's why there are exceptions. You don't have to have God to be, you know, an amazing person. There are people who have God and they're crappy people. So it really just comes down to the person. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, some people just have amazing mental strength, and some people end up being liberal.
Young kids will not move these people at all because they hate their lives. They hate their families.
She definitely
They are
does.
atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society, and I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them, and I wish I could help them. But I have bugman fatigue. And for the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him.
That's wild.
And should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated him. He was one of the few people left willing to do that, and now he's gone. Charlie was a fan of free speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be. Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why?
Some people believe that Charlie Kirk's death was so Israel... Oh, I said it. Yeah, so they can just completely grab the balls of America and just own them and the freedom.
Why are you celebrating, like, the most popular
i.e.
college
Jimmy Kimmel
Gen Z
show
political pundit dying? Like, why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this. I just hope, for the sake of this country, that political violence does not become normalized, does not become a thing. I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation.
Too late.
I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been extremely blackpilling. I think I'm going to take a break from politics. I don't know. I'm a YouTuber. Like, I'm not a political pundit, right?
But then you go to her description. She says this. And then her YouTube. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, hopefully I don't get flagged for that. Why did it open on shorts? God damn it. View channel. More. New York populist who makes videos about cultural issues and political things. Sometimes.
Not. My goal here, my purpose here is to entertain, is to make people laugh. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I will continue to do. The new...
Basically, I've just said I'm on Charlie's side. I am with Charlie's family. I am with the Republicans on this. So, like, the liberals are very wrong and radical for doing this. If it is the liberals, which actually it is not. But save face and follow me, because I'm gonna keep being funny and I'm not gonna do politics. So please don't unfollow me. It's my livelihood.
Cycle will move on. The world will move on. Charlie Kirk.
I don't think we should move on. I think we should stick to this until we find out what the heck really happened. Justice for Charlie Kirk. A very powerful man indeed. More powerful than us debating him knew. More than the liberals knew.
Kirk's kids won't move on. his daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have a dad anymore. And that fucking sucks.
She's thinking about what it would be like if she didn't have her father. I don't know the family story with her, but yeah, just think of it as being a daughter to your father and that happening. If there's no other way to make you feel this great loss that we just witnessed.
That sucks. I don't know what else to say. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like this. They're actually nothing like this. They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now. But I promise you the next video will be. Yeah, thank you for your attention to this matter. Bye.
So, why did you claim you're left after all this? Like, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. Tell me if I'm wrong for reacting like this. I'm lost. I don't get it. I know this is her livelihood. But you go through all this and you say people are sick and it's all coming from your liberal friends, but then you're like, I align with them? That's not cool. Like, do you hate the Republicans that much that you're not even in the center anymore? You're fully committed to the lunatic liberal party? I'm just sad we lost you. Anyway, I'll be back with some sidemen tomorrow. I have yet another growing list, but I'm going back to my very first reaction video to them, and I'm going through that. Actually, I had a very kind soul make me a list, so maybe I'll just follow that starting tomorrow. Today's Saturday, I'm posting this. It's going to probably end up for viewing on Sunday, and then I'll carry on from there. Other than Sidemen next week, I have 2 more things I want to react to, so it might not be a full week of Sidemen like I anticipated. But at least I'll give you 1 or 2. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for hearing me out on this video. I am just sad and confused.